Have you ever wondered about the dark history of Nero Caesar, the infamous Roman emperor? Nero Caesar, a name that still echoes through the annals of history, was an enigma wrapped in the rich tapestry of Roman antiquity. Born in the year 37 AD, Nero was thrust into the intricate world of power and politics at a tender age. His life was anything but ordinary. From his birth to his ascension to the Roman throne, it was a tale marked by intrigue, power play, and a constant struggle for survival. His mother, Agrippina the Younger, was a woman of ambition and cunning, and she played a pivotal role in shaping Nero's early life. Her influence was immense, and she was instrumental in orchestrating Nero's rise to power when he was just a teenager. Yes, you heard it right, a teenager. Imagine being handed the reins of an empire at such a young age. Daunting, isn't it? But that was the reality for Nero. Nero's ascension to the throne was initially met with widespread acclaim. The young ruler was charismatic and showed promise of a bright and prosperous reign. His early years on the throne were marked by a sense of optimism. He was seen as a beacon of hope, a young leader who could usher in a new era of prosperity for the Roman Empire. However, beneath the surface of this promising start, the seeds of tyranny were being sown. His mother's influence, which had once been his guiding light, started to become a source of conflict. Power dynamics shifted, alliances were forged and broken, and the young emperor found himself navigating a labyrinth of political intrigue and deception. However, as time went on, Nero's reign took a darker turn, leading him down a path of tyranny and madness. The once promising young ruler was transforming into an infamous tyrant, and his rule would cast a shadow over the Roman Empire for centuries to come. But that, dear listeners, is a story for another time. As Nero's reign progressed, so did his reputation for cruelty and decadence. This young emperor, known for his artistic pursuits and hedonistic lifestyle, was also infamous for his brutal actions and extravagant excesses. Let's delve into some of the notorious acts attributed to Nero. Firstly, one can't help but mention the execution of his mother, Agrippina. In a shocking display of mercilessness, Nero ordered the killing of his own mother, a move that sent shockwaves throughout the Roman Empire. His first wife, Octavia, wasn't spared either. Accused of adultery on fabricated charges, she too met a tragic end at Nero's behest. But the cruelty didn't end there. Nero's reign was marked by one of the most infamous events in history, the Great Fire of Rome. While it's uncertain whether Nero was responsible, accusations were rife that he had the city set ablaze to clear space for his grand palace, the Domus Aurea. The fire, which raged for 6 days and 7 nights, left much of Rome in ashes. In the aftermath of the fire, Nero pointed fingers at an unlikely group: the Christians. This led to the first major persecution of Christians in Rome, a dark chapter in the annals of religious history. Nero's brutality knew no bounds as he subjected these individuals to horrific tortures and public executions. Speaking of extravagance, Nero's court was a spectacle of debauchery and excess. His lavish lifestyle was epitomized by the construction of the Domus Aurea, or the Golden House. This grand palace, built after the Great Fire, was a testament to Nero's indulgence. It was an architectural marvel, adorned with gold, jewels and ivory, featuring vast gardens, an artificial lake, and even a 120-foot statue of Nero himself. Yet such decadence came at a cost. The Roman people bore the brunt of Nero's extravagance through heavy taxes. His actions, coupled with his brutal reign, led to widespread discontent and rebellion among the Roman populace, setting the stage for his eventual downfall. Nero's actions during his reign led to widespread discontent and rebellion among the Roman people. As we move forward, we'll delve into the downfall of this notorious emperor whose reign was as extravagant as it was cruel. The excesses of Nero's reign led to his eventual downfall. The opulence, the debauchery, the rampant misuse of power, all these triggered a cascade of revolts and conspiracies against Nero. The people had had enough. The once-loved leader was now seen as a tyrant, a despot, a dictator. The first significant revolt came from the province of Gaul, led by a man named Vindex. He rallied his forces against Nero's rule, a clear testament to the growing dissatisfaction with the emperor's reign. But this was just the beginning. A more dangerous conspiracy was brewing in the heart of Rome itself, with high-ranking officials, senators, and even some of Nero's closest advisors involved. In the year 68, the Senate declared Nero a public enemy. This was a monumental moment, the first time in Roman history that a sitting emperor had been condemned in such a manner. Nero was now alone, abandoned by those he once trusted, hated by the people he once ruled. And then came the tragic end. With the armies closing in, Nero chose to end his life. It's said that as he prepared for suicide, he uttered the famous last words, "What an artist dies in me." A poignant end for a man who saw himself as much an artist as an emperor. Nero's death marked the end of the Julio-Claudian dynasty, a dynasty that had ruled Rome for close to 100 years. It was a period of instability, confusion, and chaos that followed, known as the Year of the Four Emperors, a time of civil war and political upheaval. Nero's reign ended in disgrace and turmoil, leaving a lasting impression on the Roman Empire. His story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the inevitable downfall that follows. The legacy of Nero Caesar is one of excess, cruelty, and ultimately self-destruction. Despite his dark history, Nero Caesar left a complex legacy that continues to intrigue historians. His reign, marked by both grandeur and terror, had a profound impact on the Roman Empire, leaving ripples that can be felt even today. To begin with, Nero's rule was not completely devoid of positive contributions. He was a great patron of the arts. Nero's love for music, poetry, and theatre led to the flourishing of Roman culture during his reign. He sponsored numerous public performances and even participated as a performer himself, something unprecedented for a Roman emperor. This patronage left a lasting imprint on Roman culture, fostering creativity and artistic expression. However, the darker aspects of Nero's rule cannot be ignored. One of the most contentious elements of his legacy was his brutal persecution of Christians. Accused of starting the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD, Christians faced Nero's wrath in the form of public executions and torture. This event marked one of the first major instances of Christian persecution, an event that has been etched into religious and historical memory. Nero's reign has also been immortalized in literature, art, and popular culture. From the writings of ancient historians like Tacitus and Suetonius, to Shakespeare's plays and modern cinema, Nero's story has been told and retold, each time with a different perspective. His life, filled with excesses and atrocities, has been a source of both fascination and horror, becoming a symbol of absolute power and its potential for corruption. In the realm of architecture too, Nero's influence was significant. The Domus Aurea, or the Golden House, is a testament to Nero's grand vision, although it also came to symbolize his extravagance and disregard for the state's finances. Nero Caesar, a figure of darkness and controversy, continues to fascinate us centuries after his death. His story serves as a stark reminder of the duality of power, capable of fostering beauty and culture on one hand and unleashing tyranny and persecution on the other. Nero Caesar, a name synonymous with tyranny and decadence, holds a unique place in Roman history. His dark history is a harrowing tale of ambition, corruption, and downfall that continues to captivate the world even today. Born into privilege, Nero's early life was marred by political intrigue and manipulation. His mother, Agrippina, maneuvered him into the line of succession, setting the stage for his infamous reign. From his first days as emperor, Nero's rule was marked by a lust for power and a disregard for the sanctity of human life. His reign began with the murder of his own mother, setting a chilling precedent for the atrocities to come. During his reign, Nero's thirst for absolute power led him down a path of tyranny and decadence. He was known for his extravagant parties and his obsession with arts and performance, often at the expense of his duties as emperor. His reign was marked by gross misuse of power, widespread corruption, and a terrifying reign of terror. However, as with all tyrants, Nero's downfall was as dramatic as his rise. His popularity waned, his allies turned against him, and Rome was ravaged by a great fire, which many believed Nero himself had caused. In the end, Nero was driven to suicide, leaving behind a legacy of fear, destruction, and a city in ruins. Despite his dark reign, Nero's legacy is complex. He is often remembered as a tyrant and a madman, but his influence on Roman culture and architecture is undeniable. His reign also sparked important conversations about the limits of power and the role of the emperor. This enduring fascination with Nero Caesar is a testament to the power of history. His story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the devastating consequences of absolute power. In the end, the dark history of Nero Caesar serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of absolute power and the consequences of unchecked ambition.